Hey, how you doing today, gang? It's Kevin Watterson here, president of Swamp Bats. I'm with Jim Fennell, longtime Swamp Bats supporter, also the director of this particular facility we're at today. It's called the Fieldhouse at Homestead Mills. Brand new facility, exciting opportunity in terms of what's going on in this community and what Jim and his team are going to bring. We wanted to get together today. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the fundraiser that we have going and why we're doing it for all the right reasons. But it's always fun also when you have a 22-year history with the Keene Swamp Bats to talk about the Swamp Bats and their impact. And I can tell you Jim was one of our early drivers of success. And he probably won't say it, but he cut his teeth in the Cape Cod League, offered great guidance to us, and we always talk about Jim's, what he did for us in the early days. So Jim, great to have you here today.
Well, thanks. And you know, I mean, when you talk about this going way back, I think it goes even further. I know when I started with the Keene Sentinel, one of the first assignments that I had was to cover a 10-year-old all-star team. And on that team were people like Dan Moylan, Brett Ouellette, and John Watterson. And I'm like, why are we covering 10-year-olds playing baseball? And what I quickly found out was that this is a great baseball community. And it's a great sports community, a great youth sports community. And it's never changed. And to tell you the truth, I never planned to stay here for as long as I am. It's about 30 years now. And a big part of that reason is because of that youth sports. And I think what you guys did as Keene Swamp Bats is accelerating that and has strengthened that because I think it gives kids something to look up to. They've never had that kind of quality, caliber baseball players, and it has great entertainment value. And to see kids there, when you go there and you see kids who are in our program, so this is the home of the Junior Swamp Bats, and to see kids there just because they want to be out around baseball, to give them that outlet, give them that positive outlet, and to understand what you guys are doing with this fundraiser right now and enhancing that experience, it's something that the community should be fully supportive. And I think, and thank you for mentioning the Fieldhouse at Homestead Mills, I think having this we're going to be having a turf soccer field. We're going to have multi-purpose for cornhole, for pickleball, for basketball, for field hockey, for all different sports. But it started with the home of the Junior Swamp Bats, and hopefully next year we'll have it all ready. So when it's a rainy day, the Keene Swamp Bats are going to come in and give our kids something to look at.
We need a second home, weather-wise. And looking around here, I tell you, I'm excited for our players coming from around the country to be able to utilize this facility.
Well, thank you.
Thank you in advance.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing I would say about the fundraiser is, hey, right now, there are two big pieces of it. Number one, we need your help, your donations, to help sustain us next year. No season this year, no income, so we'll be back. We'll be back stronger than ever, but this fundraiser helps us get back.
Well, and I also want to tell you that the work that you guys have put into Alumni Field trickles down. And throughout this year, this challenging summer with COVID, and field space was so limited, to have a field like Alumni for not just our oldest team, but to have it with 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds and 18-year-olds. So while the Swamp Bats weren't there, Alumni Field was being getting good use, and a lot of that was all the work that you guys have put into it. So we appreciate that very much.
Well, you're welcome. Hey, Jim and I, we go back so far. We could sit here and bore you all day long, but the truth is we appreciate your attention, and we thank you in advance for whatever contribution you tend to make. You go to swampbats.com, $25, $100, it doesn't matter. It's meaningful.